Good morning, dear students. Grade 6, Wonderful World Revision. Today, we're going to revise the grammar topics of our units before the exam. We're starting with future. Well, going to. As we've studied before, we use will to express few certain ideas. These ideas should be kept in mind. And we use be going to express other certain ideas. We need to keep both of them in mind. Be going to, I use it whenever I talk about plans or intentions. Plans or intentions. How do you know that you have a plan or intention? At least you're specifying the time, specifying the average, right? Then we have predictions, but such predictions are built on some piece of information left in the sentence. That's very important to use be going to. What about will? Will is used whenever I want to offer something, I want to give a promise, to make a promise, I want to make a warning. If I'm predicting something and there is no clue or information about it, right? There are many cases we should memorize and learn by heart. Decisions made by at the talking time, all these are the cases that I use will when I'm expressing future. So the first sentence, why do you need so much sugar? Why do you need so much sugar? I space make a cake. I will make a cake, or I'm going to make a cake. If I collect much sugar for making such a cake, so definitely I have an intention for this. I have an intention for this. So I must make it, or I must have the plan and express it by saying I am going to. By saying I am going to. All right. Number 2. Oh no, I have left my purse at home and I haven't got any money on me. Some friend of yours is saying, I have left my purse at home and I haven't got any money on me. One of your friends forgot his money and doesn't have any money. So immediately you responded as you say, don't worry, and you took a decision at the talking time to say, I will lend you some money. I will lend you some money. All right. Now we move to the third one. I don't know how to use this mixer. I don't know how to use this mixer. I responded at once and said, that's okay, don't worry. I know how to use it and I exactly will show you. I will show you. All right. Now we move to number 4. Why are all these people gathered together? Why are all these people gathered together? The Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is one of the positions that is really high in our country. So definitely, if there is an information, if there is a piece of information about it, that should be planned. So the Prime Minister is going to open. Is going to open. The Prime Minister is going to open the new hospital ward. All right. Now we get to the 5th one. Did you remember to buy the magazine I asked you for? Sorry, I didn't. Sorry, I didn't. I space buy it when I go out now. So the answer, can you guess? Can you guess? Of course, I regretted what I've done and I made a plan to buy it once I go outside. Got it? Any questions so far? Hope everyone understands the ideas that we should build our answer on, that we should base. All right. Now we're moving down to another part. We're starting the future perfect tense. We're starting the future perfect tense. What does it mean? We should understand what each tense means. The future perfect tense, the most common meaning for the future perfect tense, that once I reach some certain point in time in future, I should have finished some action. Once I reach some certain time in future, I should have finished some action in future. This is one of the bases, one of the ideas that I build the future on, the future perfect simple on. Another idea that once there is two actions to do in the future, I'm talking about the earlier one of them. All right, let us see this one. By next February, we need to make, as we agreed, future perfect tense. Who remembers how to build it in the sentence? Future will perfect. That means have and past participle. Is it only have? Of course. Why? Because before have there is will, and will always takes infinitive after. So will have past participle. That's how we build such a tense in the sentence. So by next February, take care. The word by, that's the time point that I need to finish some action before. By next February, I will have written my third book. Will have written my third book. Next one. I hope you space my name by tomorrow. By tomorrow, I hope you, take care, that's negative. Won't. You won't have forgotten. That's correct. Now we're off to the third one. By next week. Take care of by, one of the most important keywords. By next week, we space decorate the house. Who can guess the answer? Well, have redecorated the house. Will have redecorated the house. Then we move to number 4. Next July, she dead for 10 years. Talking about someone who deceased 10 years ago, was deceased 2 years ago. So we will say by next July, she will have past participle been dead for 10 years. That's the answer. Will have been dead for 10 years. I hope I space a lot of mistakes in this exam when I finish it. The action number 2, finish, and action number 1 is not make. Of course, action number 1 should precede action number 2, so that should be in future perfect simple. So won't have made. Won't have made. So these are all the answers. Can we move to another point? Yes, please. Future perfect continuous. Future perfect continuous. Future perfect, yes, we've done with the simple, and now we will start the future perfect continuous. But what is the difference between future perfect continuous and future perfect simple? That's the difference between all the perfect simple and all the perfect continuous tenses. We have the duration mentioned in the future perfect continuous. That's in most of the cases. Rather than this, we're talking about an action that have started and is finishing, is still in progress till the time I mention in the future. So by the end of June, of course, by is one of the main keywords for all the future perfect. By the end of June, I space in this flat. How long does the action lasted? 13 years. So the action has lasted for 13 years. So that shouldn't be in simple form. That should be in continuous form. So we will say, I will have been living. I will have been living. Will have been living. Again, the construction of the tense in the sentence. Well for future, have for perfect, be as been, and the verb ing, that's for the continuous part. So will have, of course after have there is past participle, so the form of be will be been all the time. Will have been, that's the continuous part, and we put the verb in ing form. All right, we shall get to the next one. I space fly to London for an hour. That's the duration of the action at this time tomorrow. So I will have been flying. Excellent. Will have been flying. That's great. Now we move to number 3. At this time next week, I space work for this company for 20 years. That's the duration. So I will have been working. Will have been working. We move to number 4. When the bell rings, for 8 hours today, I will have been teaching. Excellent. Will have been teaching. Last part, last one, that's number 5. We would say I space wear these glasses for 5 years next week. I will have been wearing. Will have been wearing. That's excellent. Now we move to the modals, unit 6. Can, can't, must, mustn't. That's for certainty or deduction. She's ill. I have a piece of information. She's ill. So she space see the doctor. She must. Excellent. She must see the doctor. She must see the doctor. All right. Moving to the next one. It's raining heavily. You space take your umbrella. You must take the umbrella. Next one, we space pick the flowers in the park. Can we do that? Of course not. So we mustn't pick. We mustn't pick. Next one, Mike is 9 months old. He's a baby, 9 months old. He space not eat nuts. A 9 month old, yes, can't eat nuts. Excellent. Last one, I am very tall, so I space play basketball. I can. Excellent. That's for possibility. All right. Now we'll move to another part, must and have to. Have to can replace must once we're talking about obligations. And there is also another very important part, that there are some tenses must cannot go there. I'm talking about a tense like future. Can you combine will and must in one sentence? Of course not. A tense like the present perfect, you can't combine have plus past participle with must. So you need an alternative. That should be have to. Let us check the next ones. I can stay in bed tomorrow morning because I don't have to. Excellent. What is the difference between mustn't and don't have to? Mustn't means you're not allowed to do something. Don't have to means it's no big deal if you did it. So you're not obliged to do it. That's a big difference between both of them. So, number 2, whatever you do, you space touch that switch. Why shouldn't I do this? It's very dangerous. So here, do I need a complete obligation or it doesn't matter? No, I need a complete obligation. So I will choose mustn't. You are not allowed to. All right. Now, you space forget what I told you. It's very important. Exactly. You mustn't. That's very important. You're not allowed to forget. That's what it means. Last one. Number 4. We space leave yet. We've got plenty of time. We've got plenty of time. Are we obliged to leave? Of course not. So we would say we don't have to. Last one is very important. Anne was feeling ill last night. She was ill. She space leave the party. Why did she leave the party? Because she was ill. So in the past, that was very important. That was an obligation for her to leave the party. Can I put must here? No, because I'm talking about the past. Must cannot be put here. So I need an alternative, which is have to. That can be put in the past. Now we have she had to. Now we have the past form of must whenever there is an obligation. Got it? Very well. To the if conditionals. The conditionals of if. We have 4 conditional if cases. 0, first, second, third. 0, first, second, third. 0 when I talk about facts or general truth. It should be present if present simple. Present simple if present simple. The first conditional, I will have present tenses in the if clause, and the result clause I can have will, I can have may, I can have must, I can have can, or it can be also imperative. For the second conditional, that's a wish for something that I can change it, and it's in the present. The example that we have in the book says if we had money, we would travel the world. If we had money, why is that? Because at this moment, we don't have money. So the if conditional should be past simple, and the result conditional should be would or could plus infinitive. The last case of the conditionals, that's the third conditional. We can use this whenever we talk about something we should have done it in the past, or we could have done it in the past and we didn't. Like when you entered your room, you didn't switch on the light, you tripped over something, you fell down, and everyone ran to you home, and mom switched on the lights, and she said, if you had turned on the light, you wouldn't have fallen down. So past perfect for if conditional, for the clause of if, and would or could plus the perfect form, have and past participle. The teacher will be very angry. So which case is that? Of course, number 1, if you don't do your homework. Take care of such an example. Don't do your homework. Don't do. That's great. Move to number 2. If he space me, I could help. Could plus infinitive. So that would be past simple. If he told me. Alright. If you don't water the flowers, if you don't water, that's present. They will die. They die, sorry. I'm sorry for this mistake. That's a fact. So they die. That's possible. Number 4, if you didn't water the flowers, don't and didn't. This is past simple. They, excellent, would die. They would die. Number 5, I space come if I had time. Past. I would come. I would come. If you don't hurry, you will miss the bus. Can miss the bus. Right? I can put also must or may instead. That was a quick briefing about the grammar of the 3 units. Hope you had a good time. All the best for your exams. I really enjoyed being with you for these few moments. Thanks for watching. Take care and best of luck, everyone.